Hey there everybody, how's it going? It's me, your boy, Caves and Cliffs update here. How you doing? Yeah, something big happened. Elites, it's time to talk. This is gonna be a long one. I might actually have to go re-record and get even more footage for this video because this is going to be the biggest Minecraft update ever. Minecraft Live 2020 just ended, and if I seem out of it, it's because I am in shock. We are in literally the best Minecraft update timeline to exist, like possible. It's huge. Today, in this video, we're going to break down Minecraft Live 2020. I'll be talking about all of the big announcements, from cave biomes to mountains to mobs to items. There's a lot to unpack here. I'll be leaving some big timestamps down in the description below, but all of this information is literally huge. If you're as hyped for the Caves and Cliffs update as I am, let me know by leaving a like on this video. Also, remember to subscribe. This is going to be the biggest year ever from this point until this update drops. Down below, tell me what you're most excited for, and let's go. So, for today's video, I tried to organize everything in a pretty clean, easy to follow order. This order isn't necessarily the order that Minecraft Live went in. Today, we'll start off with, and stay on for actually most of the video, the Caves and Cliffs update. Near the end, we'll talk a little bit about Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Earth. So, Minecraft Live 2020. The show was literally all about the Caves and Cliffs update. Kind of, basically. Dungeons and Earth didn't get as much time as they did last year. So, the show started off just like they said it would. They started off with a big reveal. Elites, I can confirm, this is a huge moment. Sit down. Minecraft caves are getting updated. That's right, the cave update is finally coming to the game. You have no clue how excited I am about this. It's going to be big. Now, not only is this update going to be big, but it's also going to be big. Yeah, it's going to be like Minecraft's biggest update. There's no other way to say it. It's going to be huge. But let's go back to the name, the Caves and Cliffs update. This update will not only be about Minecraft's caves, it'll also be about the mountains. Remember last year's Minecon where we voted on the mountain biome? Well, I mean, I didn't, but a lot of people did. Yeah, the mountain features are coming to Minecraft in the cave update as well. So, this update is going to revamp Minecraft's lowest points and Minecraft's highest points. A little bit of updates in the middle too, it sounds like. Let's start with those high points though, the mountains. That's a pretty solid place to start. So, we've known about the mountain features since last year's Minecon. Better mountains, goats, and snowier snow. This year, we know a little bit more about all of those features. First off, again, sit down, just say sitting down this whole video. These are all gigantic things. Wow. Oof, would you take a look at those mountains? Those are some beautiful mountains. Now, all of the images that I've been showing you and will be showing you today are all taken straight from the Minecraft live stream. So they're all official images. These mountains are amazing. Look at how good these look. These are crazy. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get much more of a look at the big mountains, but the big mountains are huge. Look at these. These are going to be sweet. They're still be missing one big thing, though, but, we'll talk about it later. I don't want to get too sad right now. So, better mountains. How about the goats? Well, take a look at these goats right here. These are sweet-looking models. Now, the goats. We know two new things about the goats. They're going to have crazy jumps, like some top-tier hops. And they're going to ram things, so you're going to need to watch out. These goats can scale big gaps and knock you off of or into those big gaps. That's actually it though for the goats. We don't really know too much else. Will we be able to breed them? Still can't say. And finally, that third mountain feature, snowier snow. Well, we don't have any images of the snowier snow, but honestly, I don't know if we need any images. We did get a little bit of information on the new snow. The new snow will be called powder snow. Powder snow will look like normal snow, so picture that. Now, this powder snow block is sort of a trap block. If you walk on the powder snow block, you fall into it. Or at least that's what they said. So powder snow, aka fake snow, aka real snow, aka folly snow. Overall, it sounds like Minecraft's new mountains are going to be way, way cooler and bigger than ever. Definitely can't wait for these features. But talking about big, cooler, better features, the mountains aren't the big star here. Minecraft's caves are going to look way, way better than ever. Take a look at this picture right here. Okay, yeah, process it. All right, how about this one right here? Yep, looks pretty good. This one too. Yep. And finally this one. Yes, Minecraft's caves are getting a total overhaul. They're gonna look crazy. Caves are getting entirely updated. The community has asked for years and years and years and years, and finally the community gets. And honestly, I feel like seriously this is the best timeline. We got the Nether update, which was sweet. The B update kind of removed bugs, and now the next update, or at least the next major update, is going to be all about the caves. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Now, caves are going to have biomes in this update. A couple of these new cave biomes were actually revealed. We'll talk about them in a minute. The cave generation, however, it will be non-biome dependent. Now, first off, cave generation. Obviously, it's going to be entirely different. These caves are unlike any Minecraft caves that we have ever seen before. These new caves will be cavier than ever before. We're talking gigantic caverns, waterfalls, water streams. Yeah, they're going to be sweet. And their generation, like I mentioned, will be non-biome dependent, which means maybe sometimes in like biome A, you'll have a giant cavern, but then other times you'll have like a small little strip. Then other times in biome B, you'll have a small strip and, you know, a giant cavern. So basically, lots and lots of variety coming to Minecraft's caves. Big caverns, small tunnels, big tunnels across the board here. It's gonna be sweet. Now, let's start talking about cave biomes. Today we had the reveal of sort of 3 main cave biomes. We have the Lush Caves biome, the Dripstone caves, and then the Deep Depths. Now, the Deep Depths, that's not the official name. That's more of a placeholder. We'll talk about that a little bit more once we talk about that biome, though. First, we'll talk about the Lush ones. Oh, the Lush ones. Lots and lots of life here. Now, the Lush Caves will be marked on the surface by a special tree. The special tree will sort of have this different plant growing on it. It's a little, like, purpley pink looking. If you follow the root of that tree down, it should lead to the Lush Caves. Inside of the Lush Caves, you will have tons and tons of plants. Now, let's talk about the plants. Let's break them down. Check out the vines. These are special vines. These vines have glow berries on them. The glow berries are glowing. They provide a little bit of light. Now, the ceiling, that pink flower, that's a special flower. We don't know too much about this flower quite yet, but what we do know is really, really cool. This pink flower actually creates particle effects, spores, if you will, in the air around the flower. You can move this flower and put these particle effects anywhere that you'd like. Now, I'm not too sure what these particle effects will look like quite yet, but imagine it. You hide these flowers, like maybe, say, under the ground around your base, and then you have these cool particle effects around the base on, like, the outside or the inside or whatever. Yeah, definitely. Sounds really cool. Definitely going to be nice for decoration. It'll be interesting to see if these pink flowers can be put on the ground, too. It seems that as of right now, these flowers will only be on the ceiling, but maybe something will change and they'll be able to put on the ground too. Also, inside of the Lush Caves, we'll have azaleas. These azaleas are basically miniature bushes or miniature trees. They look pretty cool, and again, going to be amazing for decorating. We're talking like garden plants galore here. And finally, for now, in terms of plants inside of the Lush Caves, we have the drip leaf plant. Now, the drip leaf plant is a very interesting plant. This is a plant that will grow up and grow tall. You can actually walk on this plant, but not for long. If you stand on the drip leaf plant for a little while, the plant will basically collapse underneath your weight. But when the plant collapses, it doesn't die. It'll grow back to its original height after a little while. You'll just have to give it some time. The drip leaf plant sounds like it's going to be amazing for parkour maps, of which I will never play because I hate parkour. The drip leaf plant will also be pretty cool for new types of staircases. It sounds like it'll be pretty interesting. I really like the whole growing back mechanic on its own, so the Lush Caves are bright and full of life. Honestly, if I was making a cave update, this would be like one of the first biomes I would create. I love the whole concept of basically the overworld growing down into this cave system. Sounds like it's gonna be sweet. But plants aren't the only kind of life that we'll be able to find inside of the Lush Caves. Inside of ponds that are found inside of the Lush Caves biome, we'll be able to find Axolotls. Yeah, basically these sweet-looking, adorably ugly, dragon-looking fish that are awesome. Axolotls, amazing. Now, the axolotl is actually a real-world animal. The devs wanted to add this animal into the game because it's yet another animal that's endangered. They wanted to bring awareness to it. The axolotl is kind of tameable, in a way. You can grab a bucket and bucket the axolotl. Then you can drop the axolotl back out of that bucket, and I guess it'll actually, like, fight for you and defend you. In the live stream, they showed a player taking on an ocean monument with an army of axolotls, and the axolotls were actually charging and swarming the Elder Guardian. It was pretty sweet. Now, it wasn't shown, but axolotls will play dead if their health gets low, and when they're playing dead, they'll be able to regen health. If you're really nice to the axolotls, according to Agnes, they might even heal you up too. It really sounds like, based off of all of this information, that we actually might be getting our first water pet in the Minecraft Caves and Cliffs update, which is going to be sweet. Also, take a look at this image right here. Axolotls in different colors too. Ooh, yes. Even more customization. I love it. Overall, we got a lot of information. In fact, the most information on the Lush Caves biome. They are definitely going to be sweet. But the Lush Caves biome wasn't the only biome that received some big hype energy during this live stream. The Dripstone Caves. Look at this challenging looking place right here. So the Dripstone Caves look dangerous, and they actually are dangerous too. The stalactites and the stalagmites, you know, those giant spikes, they're dangerous, they're pokey. In the live stream, a zombie pushed another zombie onto one, and it died. It went away. The Dripstone Caves definitely seem like they're going to be a dangerous biome. It was also shown in the live stream that when a block that was broken above a stalactite, the stalactite fell down. So if the player is under the stalactite and it falls, probably gonna hurt. Probably. Now I have a request for this biome. I hope that stalactites sometimes randomly start shaking and then they fall. That would add a lot more challenge to this biome. It would be pretty sweet. Another cool thing about stalactites that actually is confirmed though, they drip water, which is actually a water source. I believe it was Agnes that said something about putting a cauldron below a stalactite and it would actually fill up. That sounds like it's going to be really, really cool. But aside from the stalactites and the stalagmites, there wasn't too much else that was revealed about the Dripstone Caves. The Dripstone Caves are definitely going to be a really, really cool place. Another request, please let us be able to silk touch the stalagmites and the stalactites so we could use them on builds. That would be really, really cool too. And finally, the third and final mysterious cave biome that we know about so far, the Deep Depths. Now, this biome didn't really get a name, or if it did, I missed it. The devs also didn't really say too much about this cave biome other than the fact that it's going to generate down low, deep, deep, deep in your world. We do know, however, some of the blocks that will generate inside of this Deep Depths cave biome. Take a look at this block right here, or these blocks, I should say. The Sculk Blocks. Yeah, definitely really, really strange looking. They honestly give off this end vibe to me, so I'm thinking that maybe this is something to do with hinting at the end, but then again, isn't the end up in the sky? Not deep, I don't know. Interesting. Either way though, these blocks are very, very strange looking. They're different looking, they're unique. But that's not all. One of these blocks behaves very, very differently. This thing right here, the weird looking thing. This is a brand new, believe it or not, redstone block. This Sculk detector block actually can detect movement or vibrations around it, which is crazy. So basically, think of an observer, but an observer that detects the general area around it, and it doesn't actually only have to be block updates. For example, if the player is moving around this block, the block will actually detect the player moving. This block can emit a redstone signal. You could use that signal to power, say, a piston or something. Now, the piston is placed near that Sculk detector, and it's just powered over and over and over again. You're basically going to get a looping circuit, kind of like an observer block update detector thing with a piston. Yeah, a continuous loop. Unless you use wool occlusion. Now, wool occlusion, there's going to be a brand new mechanic tied to this block. Wool occlusion will basically cut off the detection area. So now we have the Sculk detector surrounded by wool. If an update was detected in front of this block, the piston would be powered. The piston would of course create a little bit of movement, but because it's not right in front of the Sculk blocks, nothing else would happen. There would only be one signal. This block is going to be a hugely interesting block for redstone because, wait for it, wireless redstone. These Sculk detectors can actually detect each other. So you can station these detectors away from each other and quite literally create a wireless redstone signal. This is going to be huge. I am big excited for this one right here. Now, while we're talking about the depths, let's talk about another mob. But this time, the mob is not so nice. It's not like the Axolotl. Say hello to the Warden. The Warden is, it seems, going to be a brand new boss tier mob. Now, this mob is gigantic, it's strong, and it's blind actually. Take a look at the head of the Warden. The head of the Warden looks like that Sculk detector, right? Right. That's how the Warden sees you. While moving around in the deep depths, you could encounter a Warden. If you move slow and don't make a lot of noise, you'll be able to pass up on the Warden and basically, yeah, sneak away from the thing. But if you start running around and creating noise and movement and all of that kind of thing, then the Warden will see you and the Warden will attack. Now, in the live stream, a little video was shown of the Warden, and the Warden basically cleaned up a player in full netherite, easily. And the player, hit the Warden quite a few times as well. Yeah, the Warden is going to be strong. Big excited for this one. This is going to add a lot of challenge to the depths. The goal with the addition of the Warden is to replicate that first night feeling, according to King B-Dog. That first night feeling, you know, when you don't have, any supplies at all, definitely a scary feeling. And the Warden, the Warden seems like it's definitely going to recreate that vibe perfectly, maybe even a scarier vibe. Now, one or a couple interesting things that were also shown when the Warden was being showcased. First off, weird looking candle things. Yeah, you see those things with the flame particle effects? Yeah, they look really cool. Also, take a look at this room. Like a Warden's den or something. There were a couple chests of loot in there, and the barrels, as you can see. Maybe the Warden is guarding some really good loot. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Nothing was really said about the room. Either way, though, the two biomes that were straight up showcased and then the one biome that was hinted at looks like it's going to be really interesting. It looks like there'll be at least a handful of new blocks in all of these biomes. Really sweet stuff, but I'm definitely most excited for that Warden and that deep depths biome, whatever the biome ends up being called. Sounds like it's going to be a real challenge. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit and get through these next big things. Next up, new ores. Of course, Minecraft Cave Update needs at least a couple new ores, and a couple new ores are what we saw today. The first thing, this beautiful looking amethyst. The amethyst is very pretty looking, and even better, it makes cool noise. It sounds like a glass wind chime or something like that. Now, these amethysts are interesting because, of course, you can pick them up. They're actually used in a crafting recipe that we'll talk about in a minute. But they actually grow on blocks. I'm assuming those blocks are the blocks that the amethyst is literally sitting on, those deeper colored blocks. Those blocks, however, can't be moved. They were described as something similar to a spawner. You know how you find a spawner and the spawner is where it is? Well, if you want amethyst or if you want to farm them, you'll need to build some sort of building or farm or whatever around wherever you find the amethyst originally. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, of course, because they're pretty. They're amazing looking. I mean, be honest. But they will also be used in at least one crafting recipe. What recipe, you ask? I did not see this coming, but a telescope. Optifine zoom is literally being added to vanilla Minecraft in the form of a telescope. That's gonna be sweet. Really can't wait to get my hands on this one and craft it. But if I want to craft it, I'm gonna need amethyst, and I will also need, wait for it, copper. Copper is finally coming to Minecraft. Copper is another one of those additions, just like the cave update, that has been requested for a long time. Now, what do we know about copper? Well, we actually know a little bit more about copper than we do amethyst. Copper will generate in veins, which, by the way, I believe it was Agnes that mentioned something about veins and ores getting an update. I'm not sure. Anyways, copper. It can be used to craft 3 different things. First off, of course, a copper block. The copper block is sweet looking. There will be no copper block hate on this channel. Not that there would ever be any. But it's not only beautiful, it has a nice personality too, even better. The copper block oxidizes, or basically turns green over time. If you place a copper block down and then leave it there, stay in your world for a while, slowly it will actually transform into a green block, which is really cool. Now, it was made clear that this would be a slow process. It would take time, but this will actually show the age of your Minecraft world. Maybe you have some kind of sweet base that you built like a long time ago and you put copper blocks in it, and then you just keep playing. Well, it would be kind of a flex to say, yeah, look at this base. It's so old that the copper is literally green. I'm not sure if we'll be able to pick up the copper block and if it'll keep its state, but it definitely should. And I feel like there should be a way to be able to turn it back to the normal copper color too, just because. I mean, why not? That would be awesome. So, copper used to make copper block. Copper also used to make telescope, which we already talked about. But also, copper will be used to make a lightning rod. Have you ever built like a house or a castle or something, and then boom, it was hit by lightning and it literally burnt down? Well, that doesn't have to happen anymore thanks to the lightning rod. The lightning rod will be made out of copper and, well, we don't know what else, but it'll be made out of copper. If you put it on top of your roof, lightning will hit the lightning rod instead of your roof, meaning no more big fires. That is huge. The biggest thing that I would always worry about when AFKing is coming back and something important burnt down. So excited about the lightning rod. So all of this stuff is cool and all, right? Yeah, definitely right. Don't say anything else. But there's a lot here, right? Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot to process. The video is getting pretty long. What about carrying the stuff in your current inventory? That would be kind of annoying, right? Well, wrong, because bundles are basically storage expansions, and they're coming to the game, and they look amazing too. Look at this stuff. It's basically like a bag that you can put items in. And now, you can put items in the bag, or you can put more than one type of item in the bag. Even better, you can actually mix things inside of these bundles. Bundles are going to be huge. For example, during the live stream, they gave the brilliant idea of bundles in shopping districts. You have like a couple things like the bundle of the day and they're inside of the bundle, you know? Yeah, really, really cool. Basically, it sort of seems like a bundle will be sort of like a miniature shulker box. Not too sure how they'll be crafted though. Looks like maybe leather and something else, but we'll have to wait to see. Finally, last but not least, this is actually a really, really big one that I feel, don't know very much about quite yet. Archaeological excavations are coming to Minecraft. So, this archaeological excavation, I'm thinking that this will be a brand new structure that will generate around your overworld. It's basically ruins, ancient ruins. You can go to an archaeological excavation with a brush, this brand new tool, looks like a mod, but yes, coming to the game, and then actually dig out blocks. In the live stream, it showed somebody digging out a block of gravel and a block of dirt. Inside of these blocks, sometimes you can find ancient artifacts. Now, these ancient artifacts can actually be restored into pots. These pots sort of tell a story. I mean, take a look at this one. It has an ender dragon, an Alex, and skeleton. Yeah, really, really cool. Also, inside of one of the blocks, an emerald block was found too, which is really cool. Now, when digging out these blocks, you have to be careful. If you're not careful, you'll actually lose whatever item is inside of it. Being careful is as simple as standing still and, I guess, brushing the block away. This is another hugely unexpected feature that I am very, very excited for. This is going to be literally awesome. I mean, imagine exploring the world and you find one of these sites and you dig it out and then you have this cool vase, this cool pot. Oh, wow. Wow, this update is going to be the best Minecraft update of all time and the biggest update easily. So, in terms of Caves and Cliffs update, that's actually it for the most part. I think I pretty much hit everything. We have a couple final things to talk about. First off, let's talk about that mob vote. Yep, disappointing. In all seriousness, it's cool, it's fine. I only cried a little bit. The glow squid won. The glow squid will be added into Minecraft in this update as well. In all honesty, it'll be pretty cool to see the retextured squid down in the caves. Probably won't glow though, unless there's a change to dynamic lighting and how it works. Now, right here at the end, let's talk about Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Earth. Surprisingly, there wasn't too much said about either of these Minecraft games. First, Minecraft Earth. A woman came on and talked about Earth and kind of re-summed up what's been going on in the game. She revealed that pistons and sticky pistons will be coming to the game very, very soon. You'll be able to actually build redstone contraptions, which will be cool. Also, there will be 2 new mobs coming to Minecraft Earth. On the Minecraft Dungeon side of things, more DLC was announced, and a brand new free game mode was announced. This game mode will be called Apocalypse Plus mode. It'll be very, very hard. Also, coming soon to Minecraft Dungeons for free for all players, cross-platform support. That is gonna be a big one. Nothing too surprising when it comes to Minecraft Dungeons and Minecraft Earth, other than the lack of attention that they actually got. No, but elites, I think that is actually going to wrap up Minecraft Live 2020. What do you think? What are you most excited for? Definitely tell me down in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out. You're making a big mistake. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made of your life. Definitely subscribe right now, right here today. It's free, and you'll get all of my other videos dropped right into your sub feed conveniently. I'm already actually planning on making another video about Minecraft Live, but that's all that I can say. More on that in a couple days when it drops. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and check the description. Down in the description are all of my links, my Twitter, my Instagram. Definitely drop a follow on those things. Today, I'd like to send a big shout out to my patron, Fred Monster. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, stay elite. It's been me, your boy, Minecraft Live 2020.